A top 25 clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome everyone to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Canes ready to get this thing started and open the season. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. To the air, it's Duggar. Rushes on him. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
That much time for any good QB in college football is not going to equal success for your defense. The defense has to do a better job trying to get pressure on the quarterback. He's way too comfortable.
Trying to turn the corner on the left. Powers through the defender. There he goes. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
And this is a really good job of getting on the perimeter so quickly. When you run these tosses, you get away from the big boys. And when you got speed in the backfield, let him do the rest, right? Flip it to him, let him get outside, let him run the football, make a big gain. When you got speed at the running back spot, you definitely want to toss it to him and get him on the perimeter.
Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The sweet feet buy a little time. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking for space. It's Bennett. Got enough for the first. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And this defense really wanted to come out and set the tone and be physical, but the offense did that. They took control. They owned the line of scrimmage. They create the big explosive run on the first drive to really set the tone in this football game.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but he found a couple of cracks in that cover team and gets it out to the 43. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. the gun, the inside give. Still on his feet at the 45. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
They'll ride the hot hand. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Got the back over the middle. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
And I'll tell you what, I like this defense's game plan right here. Drop back, make sure I got the sticks covered. If they want to throw it below the sticks, I'm going to come up and tackle you and make sure I get you to 4th down.
This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a 4th down stop. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking for the score. Oh, he dropped and just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Catch in the middle. It's Sellers.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
And the Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking to throw, it's Duggar. Just a short pass to the tight end. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Bennett. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
Man, a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Rifles it down the middle. Holds it in down the middle. Touchdown, South Carolina! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Fletcher. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Finds his tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
And the Hurricanes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Get it out to the supersonic guy. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking downfield on 1st down. Caught in the backfield. It's Fletcher. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. Let's take a minute and talk about Miami. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left. Have to worry about those who have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like this?
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that had success in other programs, and I think the fans today, David, are interested to see how these guys play today.
Well, and how they come together, because you've seen these players in other spots, but now a new system, new coaches. How do you gel? How do you start your career off?
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here.
Oh, and you'd love to have that play back if you're that defender. 3rd down, and you almost pick that off. That's a catch you need to make. If he catches that, that might be pick 6.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Fires to the big fella.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Fletcher. He breaks a tackle.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the snap, it's Fletcher. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward and get the first.
And it's so hard. My room for error is so small when I'm a defensive line. Like, I got to get off the ball as fast as I can and try to get some form of penetration. Just stop that ball from going north-south. They don't do it there, and they give up the first down.
Wants to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires left. He makes the catch. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. First and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. Grab behind the line. It's Gilbert. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll run play action. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Nice job by the defense forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Looking to throw. Trying to find the end zone. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. That's why you never assume the first guy's going to make the tackle, and you have to keep running to the football.
Man, it's something you highlight every single week in defensive meetings. Don't assume somebody's going to make it. Don't assume somebody's going to make it. Take the correct angle. Nice job. First guy misses. Second guy gets him on the ground, forces the fourth down, throws that fist up in the air.
They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. It's Fletcher. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Miami!
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on fourth down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys. to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Duggar. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Gamecocks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. He wants to take the top off. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too.
Well, the offense is finding success throwing this guy's way. He just had a massive play, his longest catch of the game. And I think if you're on offense, you got to keep looking this guy's way. He's now starting to prove that he's eating his guy alive in coverage, and he needs more touches.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Quickly complete. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
They're facing a 3rd down. Quarterback making adjustments. Off the play fake. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that 3rd down, and now the offense is in an interesting situation.
The Gamecocks need to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's complete! Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Now on the move. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to barrel in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Gamecocks will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's going to take off. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Forced out of the pocket. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket. And a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. Here's the handoff. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And the comeback is on. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes. This is a gamble. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. He might want another play. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the tight end. At the 45 on his way. And he is marked out of bounds after another big game. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Duggar. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. Looking to throw again. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown Gamecocks! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
To the air on first down. Got the quick pass. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Hurricanes come to the line in the hurry-up. Power football with the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. To the air on 2nd down. Keeps looking downfield. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Grabbed in the middle, it's Fletcher. And he'll be marked down right there, still short of the first down. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Miami.
Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. On the direct snap, it's Fletcher. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down, if you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Took care of it himself. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
He's showing you all the tools in the toolbox now. We saw earlier in the game his ability throwing the football, and now you're getting to see it with him running too. This guy is the definition of a dual-threat quarterback, and right now, this defense has no answer for him.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Gamecocks moving quickly to the line. Looking downfield, it's Duggar. Floating away. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Quarterback may change this route. Gonna swing it on second down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Wow, and the Miami linebacker shows you his speed on that play. And linebacker in speed, synonymous when you're thinking about Miami Hurricane defense. Think about Ray Lewis, Jonathan Vilma, Dan Morgan, DJ Williams. Guys that can go sideline to sideline and guys that can rush the passer. Not easy to block.
And he can't grab the bullet pass on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Perhaps their punter is injured. Perhaps they don't like to punt. Perhaps they hold an inherent bias against kicking the ball to the other team. Whatever the reason, he's got it in more than enough for a first down. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Shakes off the defender. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
A great chance to put this game away with a score here on first and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll move the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
If you're going to try a push pass here on 1st down by the goal line, you've really got to get great blocking. You can't allow penetration, and the offense wasn't able to do that. Look at the defense on that last play. They were able to get in the backfield. They make a tackle on a speedy wide receiver to get the TFL.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Looking to throw, it's Duggar. Under fire. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
You know, in these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the 3rd and goal.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Dead center perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that rain is coming to an end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He'll try to do it himself. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to get behind the defense. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
This is my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's pass. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Looking deep. Couldn't quite haul it. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. And the Canes want to move quickly.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a short tackle. And the Canes come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Turning it on. Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Canes!
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 31-21. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's coming out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on...
Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Back to throw, it's Duggar. Oh, they're after him. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Second down coming up. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Rolling right and going deep. And it's caught inside the 20. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Here's a heat. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
And how about it? It's not just the arm. We've seen that today where he's picked them apart, put up some yardage, put on some touchdowns. Also showing you he can do it with his puppies. Taking off, running, getting the first down. Nice scramble. He's shown you a little bit of everything today.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and goal. Using his feet, he works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. One more yard on this second down might just put an exclamation point on this one. On the move. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And that extra extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The short hands, it's Lofton. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. Lopez to pass. Here comes the heat. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to run it. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to get it to the marker. Oh, he's got some space. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Off the play fake on first down. To throw.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there getting the sack.
He'll take a shot. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense.